how to easily evaluate a wine. Wine tasting can be intimidating, but if we simplify things to sight, smell and taste, then we can normally evaluate a wine quite easily. First of all, with our sight, we look at the colour of the wine in the glass and the legs. And the legs are on the side of the glass. Generally, the longer the wine stays on the side of the glass, the higher the alcohol content, because the wine takes longer to evaporate. So reds, 14-15% reds would stay longer on the side of the glass, although you can generally find that information on the bottle, on the label. But the colour is very important. What you don't want is a cloudy colour. Cloudy means there's something wrong. A cloudy white wine, a cloudy red wine, you've probably got to check it out. White wines with the colour, they go darker as they get older. They go sort of very pale to straw to yellow to brown. Red wines go from bright crimson, bright reds to brick red as they get older because they lose their pigment. And of course, different reds have different colours. So Pinot Noir is a little bit different to Cabernet Sauvignon, is a little bit different to Merlot. But what you're looking for is you're looking for brightness. You're looking for clarity in the glass. This wine looks fine to me. Then we smell the aromas. Now, the aromas that you smell, you can only describe what's in your memory. So if I was to tell you that this wine smelt of moon dust, you couldn't smell that because we don't know what moon dust smells like. But if you've worked in kitchens, if you are in nature, if you like cooking, if you, for example, know your berries very well, you can pick out certain things from the wine that you can immediately relate to. Your nose is the closest receptor to your brain of all your senses. And that is why occasionally when you're walking around or doing something, you might have a memory kick from a smell of a bakery, of a sweet, of a garden, of grass being mown. And so when you smell wine, open your mind and just think about what you're smelling. Now on this I can smell, for example, chocolate, sherbet, plums, violets. And these are all smells that I can smell, that I've memorized, that I have in my memory. And so that's what you want to do when you're smelling a wine, you say what you think. It's a very personal thing. Once you've smelt and realized what the aromas are, you need to take a taste of the wine. Now what I'm doing there is I'm opening up my mouth a little bit and I'm sucking the wine in with water, and that opens up your retronasal passage at the back of your mouth, in between your mouth and your nose, and you can take in much more concentration of flavors and smells at the same time. Now you can practice that in the shower because it's all about air intake in the mouth, and you get a much more concentrated feeling for what the wine is. And then once you've tasted the wine, you should leave the wine on your palate. And what you're looking for is, what is the wine doing in your mouth? Your tongue has receptors for sweetness, for salt, for sour, for bitter, for umami, which is like a soy sauce character. And as the wine goes through your palate, you can feel the wine on different parts of your mouth. Sometimes it's very full on your mouth. Sometimes it's very linear and just straight down the middle of your tongue, like this. This is a Bordeaux that I'm drinking, and they're normally very clean and straight, whereas Shiraz is much more mouth-filling. Once you've evaluated your wine like that, you can decide, is it right? Is it young? Is it correct for me? Does it taste good? Does it have a good body? Does it have a good finish? Can you feel it on the finish after the swallow? And that's generally how you would evaluate a wine. It's pretty simple. It's not magic. We're talking about a product that comes from grapes that's fermented and put in a bottle. And it's also very personal. So it's up to you whether you enjoy that wine or not. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope that you'll subscribe online and come and learn much more about the wine world.